Hello and welcome back to Bach Chaconne. We are variation 33. It is the final variation of the D minor section. So Bach is going to chuck in a full cadence of some sorts, of course, and he's going to do some very, very cool harmonic shifts that kind of echo where we were at the beginning, of course. From a fingering point of view, there is not much to challenge you. Right. We're also going to have a little discussion on the final ornament there, whether you do a trill, a turn, or nothing. And that's about it. It's all just Bach harmony, Bach beautiful, Bach passion. So let's just dive in. I love this bit, by the way. So just the Bach Chaconne here on Classical Guitar Rocks. All right, here we go. Welcome to 33. Alrighty. So we left it off with a suspension on the D to D resolve. 3-1. You should recognize this if you play any sort of julian. To C, and the fingering is standard. I'm not really doing the fingering, it's on screen because honestly this is so easy, and if you play any 19th century guitar, it's just standard fingering. Now, B flat to E flat, stretch it out, E flat suspension, 0, 3, 4, resolves, to B flat, and then we have an A to a 1 on the D, because you need a G sharp. Hit that D again. So again, I'm leaving it on because of the implied polyphony, super, super important. And then literally we have where we end up in D major for the first time and into the middle section of this piece. All right, quick interruption here, just as a little bit of an aside. I have filmed this variation with the very first one is my own settings for classical guitar. If you want this and you're interested and you'd like a copy of this, head down to the link below and it's available free off my Patreon. I've made it open and free so that you can use it as well. Let me know what you think. So basically I have started to make it a little bit more my sound that I hear in my head. Hopefully it helps you as a bit of a starting point for your sound that helps you. Anyway, let's just dive back into this Bach juicy goodness. Alrighty, here we go, 33. So again, as previously discussed in the last video, suspension, D suspended 4, resolves, and then Bach is starting to step through our bass line again from the beginning. C, what is in essence an F, I think. G7, right, B flat to E, perfect. Again, setting up a suspension. There we go. Clash, resolved to the B flat. All right, 5 of 5. So what Bach is setting up here is we have a diminished to the A, resolves to the D. Okay, right on the end, there's a lovely, lovely full cadence. But anyway, I did digress. G to D, hold it on, and then now we're going to talk a little bit about trills. Basic trill. Making sure that you stop that A, because otherwise it can't ring on. A more advanced trill would be landing back on the C sharp and pulling it back up to the D. And then obviously, if you feel so inclined, although it is quite, you could cross string that if you wanted to. It's a tough cross string to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I would just go for the basic. You don't need to make anything big of it. You could put a turn on the end if you wanted to, down to the B and back up. But that is your call, and that's what makes it so fantastic. I mean, we don't really need to add a lot of ornaments into this because, honestly, Bach's chucked the kitchen sink. So, first section done. From 34 onwards, we're in a new key of D major, and things just become classic baroque Bach. Bach loves D major. He uses it a lot. So, you know, he chucks his passion and his soul into this next section. So this has been your daily dose of six-string inspiration from myself, Rain. Melodious Mortar, Herr Bach. Finally, I apologize, I've had some issues, so we're back on the run, and you're going to get some more, and we're going to carry on. So look out for the next variation, which should be dropping just about now.